In this section, we are going to see how we are going to handle the null and missing values. So the key important methods that we'd be using are is null, which is going to return which columns have null values. Please note it is going to return entire array with true wherever the value is null and false wherever the value is not null. Second, we are going to use not null. This is going to work just opposite to is null. So if value is not null, the array the value would be true. If the value is null, then it will be false. Now these two are going to return the entire array. If we just want to see, for example, for this particular series, how many null values are there, and we are simply going to say is null dot sum. We are using the sum function. Why? That will give us the precise output that out of this many total values, this many are the nulls. Then we have drop any. These methods allow user to drop all the um, uh, say columns or rows which have null values, and you can set whether you want to see rows or columns by using axis. So if you will use axis is equal to 1, then it will drop the columns, otherwise it will drop the rows. Then we can use the replace to replace the old values with a new one. So for example, if we feel like there is a wrong value which we know and we want to replace it with a new value, we can always use replace. Then we have fill any. This is going to fill all the NAs with the value that we are providing in the argument. So for example, if you want to fill all the values which are null with say mean, then we will simply say fill NA and we provide data frame dot main. So with that, let's get into the actual work and see them in more details one by one, starting with is null. So the student data frame. If we are going to say how many which columns or say which rows have null values, we are simply going to say dot is null. It's going to print a new data frame with the same rows and columns, but rather than actual values, we will have true and false based on whether the value was null or not. So let's see. So as you will see, we are getting 26 rows and we have all the 10 columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the values are true wherever the original data was empty, the original cell was missing. Not null will do the just opposite. It's going to say wherever the data is not null, it will put true. Otherwise, wherever it is null, it will put false. So you will see these values were true here, they were missing. Now they have become false. All others are true now. Right? Pretty easy. Now, rather than actually getting the entire list of true and false, which actually may not be of interest, you just want to see how many values say are null out of total, we can just sum it up using the sum function. So we'll say student dot is null and then sum. Now this is going to give us a very simple matrix. So this is says pen, name, age, they have none of them have any null values. Sum is 0, but height has sum of 4. So 4 values are there which are null in this particular column. Next, if you don't want to have those data which are null, then you can always use drop in a method. So we'll say student drop in a. Now if you run it, let's see what's the output. You will see initially there were values in height which were NA. Now all of them have been removed. So let me uncomment it and have a look here. So these values, now you see without drop NA, this NN are appearing. So FN06, FN07. But if we just only use drop NA, then you will see 06, 07 and others which were missing are removed, they are dropped. Okay, now suppose you want to replace these values with mean. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to use fill NA and just provide the value that you want to update with. So let's run this. Let me uncomment it and then run it. So now we'll see fn06, fn07, which are empty, have 162.31, which is the average. And same has been assigned to fn09. So this is pretty handy. Wherever there were null values, now you will see the average has been assigned, so that you can keep working on the data without actually dropping it. I'll just, here we are just calculating the values. So right now what we did, we assigned a common value. We just took the average of height and we have assigned it to the missing values. Now, suppose you want to make it little better. We want to assign it based on the gender. So first we will take the mean height of each gender. Say for female it is 157 and male it is 165. Okay. Now what we want to do is, wherever gender is male and value is null, their height should be 165.14. And wherever the gender was female and the height was missing, there apply 157.38. So rather than just applying a flat value across, we have actually added a little more context, some semantics, that our data has pattern, male and female, the data speaks differently. There is a significant difference. So rather than assigning the 162 as an average, we will assign 165 for male and 157 for females. So with that, let's say after assignment, what's the output? Now we will see FN06, FN07 have 157 and 165 respectively. So this is much better way if you are dealing with empty values. So based on the actual business context, you can apply the values. So with this, friends, the first module is over. I hope you liked it and it was helpful to you. Now in the next module, we are going to cover, we'll start with pandas only, and we'll cover the remaining topics, for example, merge and join, creating basic graphs, and so on. So thanks for watching this video and watch module 2 for more details. Thank you so much.